Life is not something we created for ourselves, nor is it something we can purchase, extend, or control. It is a gift, pure, unearned, and sacred. From the very first breath we take until the final moment when our hearts stop beating, every second is entrusted to us. Too often we walk through our days without realizing the depth of this truth. We live as if tomorrow is guaranteed, as if time is endless, as if we can squander our hours and somehow retrieve them later. But the reality is, time is the most fragile and precious treasure we are given. Once it is gone, it can never be reclaimed. Consider this: you can lose money and earn it back. You can lose possessions and replace them. But the hours you lose in waste, the days you throw away in idleness, they will never return to you. Each tick of the clock is not just a sound, it is a piece of your life slipping into eternity. To waste time is not just to lose minutes, it is to diminish the value of the life you were entrusted with. Every moment has purpose woven into it. The ordinary day may seem insignificant, but within it lies opportunities for growth, for kindness, for learning, for love, for purpose. The gift of time is given not so that we may simply pass through life as spectators, but that we may live as participants, growing, giving, and fulfilling the mission planted within us. When we treat time lightly, we reject the sacredness of life itself. Think of it this way: if you were handed a treasure chest filled with gold coins, you would guard it carefully, counting each coin, using it wisely. But life is far more valuable than gold. Every breath is a coin of eternity placed in your chest. How tragic it would be to scatter it carelessly, to throw it away on things that bring no meaning, no growth, no eternal weight. To recognize life as a divine gift is to treat time as holy ground. Every morning you awaken is not just another day, it is another chance to step into purpose. The seconds of your life are not random, they are divine appointments. Every sunrise whispers, asterisk, you have been given more time to make a difference. Asterisk, every heartbeat is a reminder. Asterisk, you are alive, so live with intention. Asterisk, this awareness changes everything. It transforms how you see your struggles, your routines, your opportunities. It keeps you from wasting your days on bitterness, regret, or empty pursuits. It compels you to invest your time into things that matter: faith, wisdom, love, relationships, growth, and service. So guard your time, for it is sacred. Live each moment with gratitude, because you will never hold this exact moment again. Make every second count, because it is not just time you are spending, it is life itself. Life without learning is like a river without flow, it stagnates. The moment we stop learning, we stop growing. We become trapped in the shell of yesterday, repeating the same patterns, the same mistakes, the same limited understanding. But to learn each day is to step into renewal, to expand, to sharpen both the mind and the soul, to become more than you were yesterday. Learning is not confined to classrooms or textbooks. It is woven into the very fabric of life. Every encounter, every challenge, every failure, and every triumph carries a lesson. The question is not whether there are lessons around us. The question is whether we have the eyes to see and the heart to receive them. A humble spirit is always learning, while a proud spirit assumes it knows enough. Yet those who assume they know enough slowly decay, while those who seek wisdom daily are renewed with strength, understanding, and vision. Think of the mind as a blade. A blade left untouched becomes dull and weak, unable to cut or serve its purpose, but a blade that is sharpened again and again becomes powerful, precise, and effective. So it is with the human spirit. Without learning, we become dull, incapable of facing life's battles with clarity or wisdom. But with daily learning, we sharpen ourselves for the challenges ahead, and we become equipped to overcome them. Learning also brings renewal. Renewal means being made new again, and learning does exactly that. When you learn something new, you break free from the prison of your old limitations. You gain new perspectives, new tools, and new strength. You are no longer bound by yesterday's ignorance, because today you stand taller with fresh wisdom. Every lesson adds another layer of resilience, another depth of understanding, another piece to the person you are becoming. Learning is also a form of humility. It requires us to admit that we do not yet know everything, that there is still room to grow, that our vision is not complete. This humility is the gateway to greatness because it keeps the door open for wisdom to enter. Those who believe they know it all have already closed their minds, but those who keep learning will always rise higher, always move further, always find renewal. And let us not forget, learning daily is not just about the mind, it is about the soul. Every truth you embrace, every piece of wisdom you apply, transforms who you are on the inside. You become stronger in character, deeper in compassion, clearer in vision. Learning doesn't just change what you know, it changes who you are. So commit to being a lifelong learner. Seek wisdom as though it were treasure hidden in a field. Ask questions, study deeply, reflect constantly, and grow relentlessly. For every day you learn, you are not the same as yesterday. Every day you learn, you rise higher. Every day you learn, you renew the life within you. Learning is the path to growth. Learning is the path to renewal. To learn daily is to live fully. Every life leaves a mark. Some marks are shallow, fading like footprints on sand when the tide comes. Others endure, carved into the bedrock of history, echoing long after the life itself has ended. The difference between the two is purpose. A life lived for self, for fleeting pleasures, for empty pursuits will vanish like smoke in the wind. But a life lived with purpose, anchored in meaning, guided by vision, echoes into eternity. Purpose is the compass of existence. Without it, people wander aimlessly, living from moment to moment, tossed about by circumstance. They may achieve comfort, they may gather possessions, but in the end, their days remain hollow. Yet when a life is lived with purpose, even the smallest actions gain weight. A word spoken in kindness, a choice to stand for truth, a sacrifice made for another. These things may appear small, but they ripple through generations. They shape destinies, they become eternal. What you do with your time will determine not only your destiny, but the legacy you leave behind. Every day you live is like a seed planted in the soil of history. You may plant seeds of wisdom, seeds of love, seeds of courage, and those seeds will grow into trees that provide shade for those who come after you. Or you may plant nothing, letting the soil remain barren, but remember this: time does not remain empty. If you do not plant good seeds, weeds will grow. If you do not live with purpose, your life will be swallowed by triviality. Consider those who came before us, whose lives still speak today. They were not remembered for wasting their days in comfort or indulgence. They are remembered because they lived for something greater than themselves. They chose to stand when others bowed. They chose to give when others clung to selfishness. They chose to live with intention, and their lives became beacons that continue to shine. That is the power of purpose. Your life, too, carries the same potential. You were not created by accident. You were placed in this moment of history for a reason. The talents you carry, the experiences you have, even your struggles, all are tools in the hand of purpose. The question is whether you will use them or bury them, whether you will spend your days chasing vanity or invest them in things that last forever. When you live with purpose, even suffering gains meaning. Trials refine you, challenges strengthen you, and obstacles become opportunities to prove the worth of your mission. And when the end of your days comes, you will not look back with regret, but with the satisfaction of knowing you lived fully, you gave fully, and you left a mark that will not fade. So let your life be more than survival. Let it be more than routine. Live with purpose. Plant seeds of truth, of love, of courage. For a life of purpose does not die when the body falls. It echoes in eternity. And that echo may be the very thing that inspires generations yet to come.